This is Shira Rubinoff at RSAC 2025. I'm here with Marc van Zadelhoff, Executive CEO of Mimecast. Marc, pleasure to be with you here today.
Great to be here, thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your award from SC Magazine.
That was a surprise, really honored. Very nice.
Very well deserved. So congratulations to you and to your entire company.
Thank you.
Since you joined Mimecast a year ago, the company has made a huge shift into human risk management. Why was this shift so important to the success of Mimecast? And what industry factors led you to be here?
Great to be here. So I think from an industry perspective, if I start off there, I felt, having spent 25 years in cybersecurity, there was this opportunity to fill a missing layer in cybersecurity. We always talk about securing the applications and the network and the endpoint. I mean, you're in this space forever, identities, data. What about the human? What about the person at the top of that stack that has their hands millimeters from the keyboard and mouse and will do strange things? And Mimecast was in that business. We had this amazing franchise in email security, and we were already in the awareness training space, and we were starting to see trends around our customers wanting more help in solving this problem beyond email, beyond awareness training. How do I get the number of errors or malicious behavior of humans reduced? And we jumped in.
Well, that's excellent. That's actually my space, the human factors of cybersecurity, with people and technology intersect. And people forget to focus on the human. And if you miss that, forget about whatever types of security you have on
Best
par.
laid plans.
So I'm sure you can't get through an interview without this question, an AI question today. How does AI fit into your human risk management platform? And do you see any overall pitfalls with over-reliance on AI moving forward?
Sure. I mean, I see AI just on how it can help. I see it in two ways. One is on helping with efficacy in terms of battling the hackers. And the second is on our users' productivity of our usage of the product. So on efficacy, for example, people are clearly developing all sorts of emails and scams using AI, and we need to battle AI to detect those. And so we built some very sophisticated engines using AI that now are incredible at detecting these patterns. We can detect when someone's writing an email with AI, and we can detect when an email has, even without a payload, is doing something bad and get it out of the email box so that it doesn't disturb the user. And then the users of our product, we're building all sorts of AI, agentic AI, into the platform to make sure that we can explain things, improve configuration, kind of collective defense by looking across our customer base of 40,000 customers and advising on what kind of settings and configurations would optimize their experience. So it's a lot there. I think there's another 5 years of innovation and roadmap in this area that I'm really excited about.
Certainly, and they say we're at our infancy of AI, but it certainly has taken off. And I think our adversaries have to take note of what's coming out of the strongest companies in cybersecurity today.
Yeah.
For sure. So earlier in the year, you released the State of Human Risk 2025, and that report found that 61% anticipated negative business impact from a collaboration tool attack in 2025. What can organizations do to ensure they're protected across all communications platforms?
Yeah, I think this is one of my core strategic insights when I got to the company. We have such a strong presence in the email space, and I read the statistic about a year ago, and I've been here 18 months, that 28% of a person's workday is spent in email. So let that sink in to both depress you and
email, apps, texting, all of it, right?
But especially email, right?
Yes,
and so, and we're so strong in email, and it started making me proud of how strong we are there, but then thinking, what about the other 72%? And that's what you're kind of getting into.
Yeah.
People are spending time on collaboration apps, and then they're spending times on all sorts of other SaaS applications. So it's one of the reasons we did these 3 acquisitions in the last 18 months to get ourselves...
Congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. To get ourselves visibility into the collaboration apps like Slack, Team, and Zoom, archiving that data, doing e-discovery on that data and compliance on that data, and then also getting us into all the SaaS applications through an insider risk acquisition we did with a company called Code 42 Insider. And that gets us a sense of all the data when it's moving in and out of the building and any malicious activity.
Well, I find that to be super important because people have a false sense of security sometimes when dealing with different types of apps or different types of, like, for example, like a Zoom. People don't really think about it. They just take it for granted. This is how I communicate. But there are issues there, and it's really important that you're focused in on there. So I'm glad to hear that.
And people say very informal and strange things on chat, and we think that it's only on email. But on chat, they say things that are violating your company policy, doing insider trading, talking politics, talking about relationships. There's stuff there that you want to make sure you have at least ability to archive and search when complaints or behavior comes up.
Well, certainly. Also think about negligent insider threats or even malicious
Exactly.
insider threats. Getting
Yeah.
that intel is super important.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. So ahead of RSAC, you announced a new human risk command center. How does this fit into the platform, and what will it bring to the customers?
Yeah, so this is building on our acquisition of Elevate, and the main premise here is that hackers don't break in, they log in,
Yeah.
right? And the way they log in is by owning the riskiest human out there, the human that either makes a mistake, is malicious, or gets owned by the hacker. And
Correct.
so our research has shown that 80% of damage by insiders happens by 8% of the insiders.
Correct.
And I always joke, or the joke is in marketing, I know I waste half my marketing budget, I don't know which half. So it's the same thing with the insider threat. I know 8% are causing 80% of the risk. I don't know where the 8% is. And so that Human Risk Command Center takes input from our platform and all of our ecosystem partners, brings in that data and starts to show someone's risky, someone's doing their trading, someone's getting owned by spear phishing simulation, someone's getting attacked more often, and gets that 8% highlighted in a dashboard so you can take action on it.
So I always like to ask my interviewees to share a helpful hint or a little tidbit around cybersecurity, something you feel passionate about. Certainly it's a vast amount of knowledge you have and a lot of experience, so I'm sure our audience would love to hear from you.
Yeah, I guess maybe a thought on this whole human risk area is if you can't measure it, you can't change it, right? And so what we're getting passionate about is each individual user's human risk score, which you're seeing in our command center.
Love that.
And the idea of understanding your score, providing that to the user, and having them actually control their destiny by improving their behavior, improving their efficacy, becoming a weapon as a human, as a weapon, not a vulnerability to the attacks that are happening.
Well, I love that. It's not making human the weakest link in the chain, it's making them part of the solution.
Correct.
So kudos to you, that's terrific.
Thank you.
Well, Marc, thank you so much for joining us here at RSAC 2025. I look forward to hearing a lot more from Mimecast and from you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.